Oh, baby, how you can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do. All my life, you're a friend of mine.
It's Ceci and Adam.
Are you checking our YouTube angles? Did you notice last week I took my glasses off?
You did, yes, because you
Hi.
said, I don't like the glasses, so they're out of here.
Well, we have 4 YouTube subscribers.
Oh, my gosh.
Hi,
Now,
friends.
there's 3 people in this room. Does that count as,
I don't even know how to find us on YouTube because I'm Gen X. What's our YouTube handle?
It's the Mom Millennial Podcast. So exactly what it is on Instagram.
The Mom Lineal Podcast.
Just
I
easy.
will be subscribing. You know, I also need to subscribe to myself on Spotify because is that the one that we need to bump the subscribers up on?
Yeah, because everyone's listening on Apple and YouTube, which is great.
Which is great. Thanks for listening.
Thank you. Hi, Apple
Hi.
YouTube friends. But we lost a subscriber.
Oh, no.
Remember how we need 30 more to hit 100? And Aliana's like, we're at 69. And I'm like, didn't we have 70 last week? She goes, it was a bot. It was a bot. And I'm like, okay.
What's a bot? Is this
Sometimes,
AI?
Like Instagram accounts, sometimes they're not really real. There's not really people behind them.
Oh.
Oh.
We don't. Do we still want fake followers? Maybe
Yes,
we'll take it.
I'll take the bot. But all bots welcome.
So this is an all bot, all
It's
human
all
show.
play, everybody play, all the
Everyone's
bots.
welcome.
It's all good. So a couple of comments from last week's show.
Oh.
Aliana, pull up the Mom Lineal on Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
Gosh, people getting a chore list here.
On YouTube.
And the Spotify's.
So what did...
So Danielle says, been seeing a lot of references to the 80s version of the McDonald's birthday party. I have video footage of mine and wonder if anyone else experienced the games played with the styrofoam boxes that their sandwich once came in. And that birthday cake was the bomb.
See, the birthday cake was the bomb. Do you remember when McDonald's burgers came in a styrofoam box?
Oh, gosh. I think we just got into the wrapper generation with
the
mine.
yellow wrapper
the
generation?
yellow wrapper where everything leaked through it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, I when she said that jogged a memory I have not had in a long time. They used to come in the thin styrofoam boxes, which I think piled up in landfills, so that wasn't good.
Whoops.
Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Sorry for our generation. Now, there is a sounder that somebody said really delineates the generations. I think you are going to recognize this sounder. And Ellie, I'm wondering if you are going to recognize it.
Now, is this McDonald's related?
No, this is not. This is internet related.
Oh, I know what it is.
Do you?
It's going to be, I tell you what, with the sound effect, I couldn't get on my phone at the same time.
Oh, you know. See, you know it.
Oh,
you
I
know
know.
the sound
It
effect.
haunts me
I have to find it.
every time a
Okay.
tech thing doesn't work.
Let's see if Ellie knows it. Okay, I'm going to turn this up a second.
One sound in this entire world that will forever separate the old generation from the new one. For when the new generation hears it, they'll have no idea what we're talking about. But when the old generation hears it, we cringe. For we know the struggle we had to endure, that the new generation will never have to. So here is the one sound
Ready?
that will forever separate our generations. There is only one sound in this
Do
entire
you know it?
Well, I've heard it on TikTok.
Oh, no.
TikTok.
She doesn't know it.
But isn't it like when like the internet was loading or something, or like it was like when you first turned a
Loading.
computer
When the
on?
internet was loading. That's
That's
cute.
cute. I don't know.
That's cute.
Super cute.
That's cute. That's
Wow.
really cute.
Let me tell you something, Gen Z. When I used to try this thing when I was 7 to load my whatever on my computer game, I had time to go make a sandwich and come back,
Yep.
and it still wasn't ready.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You had to dial up via your phone line, right? Wasn't
oh yeah,
it through your phone or your fax?
No, so your one phone. Oh, if
Yeah.
you got a fax, it was over. You need to go all the way back to the beginning and say, "Forget it. I'm going to read a book."
Read a book.
It was
Somebody
the
else
worst.
said. Somebody else said. And I got this on TikTok too. They said, "What did people do before bed before phones? What did you read a book?" And I had to think, what did I do? Yeah, books or comic books,
Guess we just fell asleep within 5 minutes.
or we prayed.
I am shocked. I can't. So, does she know the name of it? Producer Ellie?
Yeah. Do you know
What
the
it's
name of that?
called? What- I'm legit. We're in a museum right now.
what
That's
is
what
the
we are.
name of
We
it?
are
Dial-up?
the museum out behind the glass
I
case
know.
pieces right now.
What was it called? Dial-up?
It was dial-up.
Dial-up
That's
sounder.
right. From AOL. Or no.
Yeah,
Was it?
AOL. It was AOL.
It was.
I think it was AOL. I remember when our family got an electric typewriter that would correct the mistakes on a teeny tiny little screen as you were typing instead of having to use like whiteout or backspace. That was a Brother electronic type. We were fancy. Yes, we were.
Oh my word! So this had an actual screen to it?
Yeah, it had a teeny tiny little screen, and it was the best. And then I took I took typing class when I was in middle school, and actual typing class.
We
So
had
did
that.
I.
You did?
In elementary school, we had computer class. It was on MacBooks, though. It wasn't on a typewriter, but
We're not the same.
No, we're not. No,
We're not
mine
the
was on a
same.
Macintosh.
We're not the
so
same.
not at all.
We are not the same
No.
people. No,
you
sorry.
could talk on your phone while you were doing
Right.
typing class. We couldn't in the 90s.
Do you know who I sound like now? I sound like the people that come into our radio station that are the old timers. And they I remember when I had to play music from a cart deck. And I'm always like, tell me all about it. I don't care.
And you're
I
like,
don't
click,
care.
click, click. Just did your job in
Yeah,
4 seconds.
I know. But this is what I always tell people about technology, because there is so much yucky with it. Of course, we know what those things are. But there's it's also amazing because I work for radio stations all across the country from home. And that does not stink. I don't have to fly to Las Vegas every day to do a radio show. You can do it right here.
You can do it right here from
Right
good
here.
old-
From wherever I am. Keep it a mystery. Keep it a mystery.
from nowhere.
From wherever you are. That's where I am too.
It is pretty incredible.
I
was
know.
thinking about the other day when I was a kid. The big thing was when we can video chat each other someday.
Someday.
Yeah,
You would
someday.
dream of it?
Oh, we would dream. We thought it was the coolest thing that if we could see our friends. Because we used to do the watch TV on the phone thing. You ever do that with your friends?
No.
Where
I actually invited real friends to my house. People actually came to the home and we interacted. So what did you do? You watched TV while on the phone
Oh
with
yeah,
someone?
you turn on the same channel and then you would be on the phone and you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, can you believe that so and so just said so and so?"
Because the show was airing live.
Yes. Oh yeah. There was none of this DDR or whatever it's called kind of stuff that
DVR?
DDR. I think that's a
Even
game.
that's old school.
You know you can watch Netflix at the same time as your friends now? And do the same thing?
Well, not if you're on the sharing account because apparently now you've been axed.
Well, no, you can share a link on your computers and basically watch the same show at the same time. Like from
Why would you want to do that?
the same reason. It was a big thing during COVID, but
Oh.
Have you heard of this? I don't know.
Or understand why anyone would want to do that. Because when I'm watching Netflix, I am also scrolling through my phone. This is my attention span these days. You know what we just did?
Oh.
Now we're on the modern edge of technology and society because we have a podcast, right? That's
Right.
what a lot of people are enjoying, the podcast. But in our gym, we don't have cable, right? We have apps. Is that what it is? We just
we have the streaming service apps.
we just have apps, Adam. And then guess what? I paid extra to not have to watch the commercials. So my shows that I love, my HGTV shows,
Oh yeah.
are 42 minutes long. Oddly enough, the same length of my workout, and no commercials.
Really?
Yep.
So what I'm hearing is you don't want the commercials, so you don't have to work out as long.
Exactly. Well, it would always interrupt my workout because then I would try to fast forward them, and
Oh,
some they would let you
yeah.
fast forward too, and then others they wouldn't. And I thought, I'm never going back, baby. And I only have one. What is the one I watch?
Paramount Plus.
I watch Paramount Plus.
Oh yes.
It's got Magnolia Network, HGTV, TLC, 1,000 Pound Sisters. I'm good to go. Paramount Plus. That's it, baby.
You watch 1,000 Pound Sisters when you work out.
To motivate me.
You know what? Maybe you'll motivate them.
Yes.
It's a team
Reverse
effort.
motivation. I encourage them. I literally talk to them when I'm in my. You've got this, Tammy Slayton. Amy, you don't know how it is.
I love how
If
you're
you-
on a first name basis.
So Amy is also half of the 1,000-pound sisters. Her sister is Tammy.
Okay.
And one time Tammy was yelling at Amy. She was like, "You don't know how it is." And then Amy's like, "My bills are paid." They were like, I don't know. So great. So great. So wonderful. Technology.
Nobody wants commercials to interrupt that.
No.
So good for you.
Yeah. So because I've been in radio so long,
Big year this year, actually.
25.
That's like the Golden Mike anniversary.
What am
or
I
something.
doing with my life?
You worked up to doing it in your basement.
I know, part time. So, and sometimes I'm in the studio, wherever you also are. So I wear headphones every day. I have for 25 years.
Right.
And I thought I was going deaf, and my whole family thought I was going deaf, and my whole family wanted me to get what are those called that you put in your ears?
Earplugs?
No, well, I
hearing
have those hearing aids. Thank you.
Earplugs.
Hearing aids. Earplugs.
Please don't.
That too.
Please don't always wear earplugs, specifically when you're driving.
Well, I bought these special earplugs that have kind of a hole in them because I've been noticing I have to leave concerts and stuff. It's just too loud.
Oh.
My hearing is like super sensitive. It's gotten super acute, I would say. Which I think but then somebody explained to me you're actually going deaf because
Like slowly?
yeah, like slowly.
Like a slow death. Enjoy your hearing now.
No. But my doctor, who I've been seeing, my naturopath doctor, he was
Okay.
actually really concerned about it. And I'll tell you, I'm going to do a radio tease. In 10 minutes, I'm going to tell you why. He didn't tell me he was nervous, but he sent me to an audiologist to
Oh.
get my hearing checked. And my whole family was like, well, you totally need hearing aids because you're so annoying. Because anytime I have misophonia, which is like when anybody chews anything, like when she was eating the rice cake
Oh,
before.
She had to eat it outside the studio.
She knew. You were like, what is that crunching? I was like, oh, the one I can hear from a mile away. I was like, she's eating her rice cake because she knows that sound will send me through the roof.
Well, and I remember when we did the radio show several years ago, if I ate like yogurt and like smacking lips or something, you were just like,
see?
you need to get out.
Yeah, I was like, no eating. There was a no eating rule in the studio.
And open shoe, forget it.
And I told you that it was a radio station rule, but it was just my rule.
I was wondering if no flip flops was a radio station rule too.
Yeah, that is also a home studio rule. So I go there. It was very traumatizing because I think that they put a probe all the way through one ear and out the other. That's what it felt like.
Wait, what? This sound. Are you sure you went to a legit audiologist?
I did.
Or Truck Services?
But here's what's interesting. One of the tests that they did is they had somebody mumbling, and I had to tell you what they were saying. But I nailed that test because I've got 4 kids. I can navigate through any amount of mumbo jumbo, and I know exactly what you're saying. Anyway, I passed the test with flying colors. My hearing, flawless.
That's amazing.
You know what she said? She handed me over a card, and she goes, "This is my diagnosis. This is what you need. A therapist." A therapist.
Which is not bad.
I
Therapists
go-
are great.
I go in for a hearing test and I come out with a behavior modification specialist card. I was like, what? And she goes, she goes, I'm going to diagnose you with misophonia, which is a real thing. But she goes, it's in your brain. It's not in your ears.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. She wants me to learn via a therapist strategies emotionally to deal with the sound of people chewing.
Praise be.
I'm not going to no therapist for emotional chewing issues. No.
It's
I'll
fun.
pay for it.
Yeah, I bet.
What kind of diagnosis is that?
She took like a wrong turn at the cerebellum or something with that scope or whatever. That's the oddest thing I've ever heard.
I know. So yeah, I need therapy. And then so I'm talking to my naturopathic doctor. You know, he's the one I'm always telling you about.
Oh, go way back.
And
yeah.
he goes, I got to be honest with you. He said, I'm sitting there like, what? And he goes, the reason I sent you to an audiologist is because when your hearing starts to go, it's the first sign of cognitive decline. I said, you were worried I was losing it?
Yeah.
And he's like,
I'm not going to confirm nor deny.
yeah,
Wow. So you paid to get basically
diagnosed.
$200.
$200.
You got $200 to get insulted?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I can't afford a therapist now. They're like $200 an hour.
That's what you should have said. You should have said, I'm losing it because of these prices.
I know. I am stressed out over the prices.
Wow. So here's the thing about therapy. Mm-hmm. It's like doing a podcast, just no microphone. You're just talking back and forth.
So will you be my therapist? I'm sure you have some behavior modification ideas as you're a youth pastor and everything.
Did it all start with dial-up? Tell me more, Ceci.
It started with a lot of things. I'm just like, what kind of cockamamie advice is this?
You should totally do it.
And my whole family was like nodding their heads.
Everyone's in
Please,
like,
go to the therapist.
Go to the therapist. You might love it. It might be your new psychological
sauna?
spa.
Psychological
yes!
sauna? Therapy?
Exactly. You're going to be like, ooh, I like this.
I'm going to get one of those therapists that I can talk to from here. One of those dial-up therapists.
Teletherapist.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Then you can be in sweats.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Are you in therapy?
I do therapy. I go once a month.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Like a legit, or is it like a friend who listens to you?
All right, it's
is it
work
like
complaining.
Friar?
Whatever.
Is it like a Friar or something?
It's called Friday Night and On the Border.
Couple of margaritas, some chips.
I'm feeling pretty good.
And some cheers.
No. I do. I've gone once a month for the last
awesome.
year.
That's
and
awesome.
It's great. It's
That's
really
great.
good. But you have to do. This is weird. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe not as weird as going left at cerebellum, but you have to date your therapist. You got to find the right one.
Oh, you had to go through a couple.
Yes.
I don't have time to date. I do not have time to date.
Well, and if they don't pay the check, you should move on to the next therapist.
Okay. So but how do you break up with a therapist if they're not a right fit?
Never had that problem.
Oh, you married the first one you dated?
The first, I knew it was the one when they
didn't
what
run
I was
screaming
saying.
from the room.
Yeah, when I didn't tell my problems, they were like, I only have a master's. So, no, it's good though. It's good, I think. But I've never gone for hearing.
I think my new doctor's my therapist because I cried at my doctor appointment yesterday.
What?
Yes.
There's no shame in that.
Because we're working on my gut.
Oh my gosh.
Gut health.
They're doing scopes everywhere.
They are.
My word.
Well, this is what I want to say. This is what I want to say. This is how I think, and no shade to any of our friends listening that are doctors. But there is something wrong with our system. There is something wrong with the modern medical system. Because my guy, and I'm paying for this, right? Like out of pocket.
Oh.
So we're investing. It's not cheap. It's not cheap.
It's expensive.
We're not vacationing this year. We're going to the doctor. But like after COVID, I had brain fog and body fatigue, and I thought I had an autoimmune disease. I really did. But I was like, all you get when you go to your doctor once a year is you just get like a blood test. And then they kept saying everything's fine. I'm like, but I don't feel fine.
Yeah.
So then I decided, I was like, I'm going to go a new route. And they do blood work. And then they do the stool sample, gut health. And then he gives me books to read. And you know what he diagnosed me as yesterday? Stress. And my daughter's going crazy. You're crazy. I am crazy. But like, he was like, how's your sleep? I'm like, not good.
Oh.
And then he's like writing a note.
Oh,
you know? And then he's like, do you practice deep breathing? And I was like, no, I hate deep breathing. I don't have time for, I don't have time to date a therapist. I don't have time for deep breathing either.
If you don't have time to breathe, I would say you're stressed.
A little bit.
A little bit.
He said that I have a personality, which is an 8 on the Enneagram, that does not perceive stress the same way other people do. Like I function in high stress all the time, but I don't acknowledge that I'm stressed out.
That's true.
Where do you think I get it from?
Are you the same way?
Yeah. Do you remember when we went to the chiropractor when I was a junior in high school and you were like, how stressed are you? And I was like 5, 7, and you were like 10.
Oh, I passed it down. We both need therapy. You think I'm chronically high stress?
I think so. I think so.
Really?
Yeah. It's the reason I don't do 5 radio shows.
Oh. I think that explains a lot, right? Because I kept telling you, you got to make more money. You got to work harder. You got to do all these things that I'm doing. And you're like, no, I'd prefer a nap.
I prefer to be broke and happy. And half of that's true.
Is this a generational divide or a personality difference between you and me?
I would say it's a little bit of both because I think a lot of millennials, and hear me out, I'm not trying to put down any generations before us, But many generations before us were so burned out, and like you have to work and work and work, and then you die. And millennials are like, well, we want to be able to spend more time with our kids and families, and we see the value of relationships. And
then you die.
And then
Then you die happy.
And then that's that.
Okay.
But you guys also got birthday cake parties at McDonald's,
Right.
and we get wrappers that are soaking wet.
Sure.
So
With PFASs in them, but that's another discussion for another time. Yeah, that's also in my gut. So there's that. So tell me about your generation. So I'm the
Producer
generation who lives in chronic stress, and I actually have 7 included. If we call this a job, which we can call it a job, if we can get 30 more followers on Spotify.
help. Get Ceci more stressed out with more followers, please. Make it happen.
I have 7 jobs.
That's a lot of jobs.
I could go for 10. Okay, I have 7 jobs. You have 2.
Sure. Yes.
Well, 1.5. If we get 31 more followers, then you have your youth pastor job.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then house and dog sitting,
Oh,
little side business. 2.
And then in a half the podcast.
So 2.5.
Is that too much, or are you fine?
I'm at a level where I'm good where things are right now.
Really?
I wouldn't want to take on more.
Because I want to go into business with you.
That'd be fun. Well,
Okay.
then if it takes off, it could be one full job.
But you would leave one of the jobs, like dog sitting. Let's per se.
Sure. Yeah.
You
Unless they
wouldn't-
have a hot tub.
You
then I'd
wouldn't
still
keep
stay.
adding 2.
No, I wouldn't. I don't think I would need it.
Because I kind of sometimes calculate how many hours are there in a day.
And there's not as much as you think.
There's more than you think. There's 24.
But you know how many, how many of those hours I'm on my phone or sleeping?
Do you know how many jobs I did before this podcast, which started at 10 a.m.?
Not 7.
4.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What
I did 4 radio shows.
Oh, I do remember that because you did that during when we did
And
the
then
morning show.
and then we did the podcast, and I'm this afternoon going to do another radio show.
Oh wow.
And then any voice work. I did voice work for a local hotel yesterday. They paid me in a certificate for a night stay. So anyway, sometimes it's trade. All right, Eliana.
That'll help with the stress.
Okay, so I'm working myself to death, allegedly. Adam
laughs. That means she agrees.
has 2 jobs.
You can't even get
one of which is dog sitting.
You know what it's like to clean up pee at 3 a.m? Actually, you do.
Yeah,
because you
I
have
do.
a dog.
Well, I do just the one. Where's your generation landing?
I would say we're kind of in the middle. I would say we're kind of
You're swinging back, aren't you?
the work smarter, not harder situation.
Tell us more.
Well, everyone's got the virtual jobs and everyone's doing video creation and content creation, and we're just posting Amazon links for you to buy and then us to get money from.
Smart.
Yeah.
So because I'm in the middle. I have like 4 jobs.
Yeah, you just got one yesterday.
I did just get one
Congratulations.
yesterday. Thank you.
We have a big shot. Eliana, yeah, she got she's a social media manager.
Congrats.
And
that's
she
amazing.
went to a golfing event last week, did some networking, booked a job from that golfing event.
Yep, booked a
Whoa.
job from a job.
Now, do we
so-
want to talk about we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to like you had a big job with a big organization.
I did-
Should we hold it?
We can hold it.
Hold it,
We'll wait.
Because I don't want you to get that one because that would be mean moving away.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it would be really cool.
No, I want you to get it. Totally.
There'd
want
be
you to
some
get it.
perks.
Yeah, there would be some big time.
It would be cool.
It's with a NFL team.
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah. Well,
It
that's
was-
we'll
it was
tease
kinda
you.
cool.
With.
Yeah,
Can
we'll
I-
tease with that.
Does
but-
this team have pause?
No.
Darn it! I wanted to claw it out of her. Do they have numbers?
No.
Numbers.
Yeah, 49.
Oh, like
49ers.
I
yeah.
was like, everybody
Yeah.
has a number on the back of their jersey. What are you talking about?
Shows how much you know about
No.
sports.
This is going to be big.
Are they in the water?
No.
Oh man, I'm out
Nope.
of teams. I don't know what to.
Nope.
I don't
Were
know.
you
Are
going
they
with the
in
Dolphins with that
Yeah,
one?
the
before you-
waters or the I don't know. There's waves on uniforms.
Pray for our producer. Look, I'm trying to wrap it up again,
Yeah, yeah,
like I did last week.
That's right.
La la la, everyone's
Like,
in
yeah,
love.
we got-
You got plenty of time. We're not recording
Um,
pickleball after this.
Oh
So
my gosh.
That's true.
You guys have to go watch these pickleball videos. Adam, you're so funny.
Aw,
You're
thanks.
so funny.
Third job.
my favorite
yes.
was the celebration clap, personally.
The celebration clap. Oh, under his knees.
Wait. My first time ever playing pickleball happened last week that we did a video for.
Uh-huh.
And if you want to see how it really went down, go to our Instagram page,
Yes.
the Mom Millennial Podcast, or YouTube, Is it on YouTube as well or just Instagram?
I can get it on YouTube.
Okay, either or. Great. Whatever you're feeling.
Get it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do the YouTube Shorts thing.
Somebody asked me this week how we got on YouTube. I was like, well, that's our producer. She knows the YouTube.
Yeah,
We don't know the YouTube.
My favorite generational divide is when people call it the YouTube.
What is it called?
You just called it the YouTube.
What am I supposed to call it?
YouTube.
The dial-up? YouTube.
YouTube.
We got a couple of things to teach your generation, okay?
Hey, fair enough.
It'll be great. It's going to be great. You're
I
going to
don't
spend
know
so
what.
much time with the people you love. You won't even know what to do with it. It's going to be great.
Sometimes it's too much.
Well, I can help. I can. Well, you're stressed. I don't know if I should bring up this new job for you.
You got a job for me. I'll take 8.
Okay. Well,
sign me up today.
There's a couple stipulations to this. You have to quit all your other jobs.
Nope.
And you have to move to Ireland.
No.
And you have to maybe commute back and forth.
Okay. What's this future job you have for me in Ireland?
All right. You ready for this?
Yes.
Also, it starts July 1st.
Okay.
Ireland.
Packing my bags.
Ireland. The government is paying several people $92,000 for the year to go to islands in Ireland to redo and make over these small homes to bring more community to these islands.
What?
This was made for you. This is
a traveling home renovating
in Ireland.
Dream in Ireland.
Yes. Green pastures, white sheep, shiplap everywhere.
Why are you just telling me about this now? When the deadline is July 1. How do I apply?
Well, you can probably apply late. Because I don't. They've been posting it for a few weeks, so
they didn't really get a lot of bites on that.
Well, there's a few stipulations. You got to live on the island. There's like less than 3,000 people.
I'm down. I don't like people.
But you're trying to bring people there.
They stress me out.
So you have to pretend you like people to get them there.
That is so cool.
And then I'm sure there's like a brewery down the street or something because it's Ireland.
That's so cool.
Wouldn't you would kill that.
I would.
It'd be awesome.
I have something in the works. I can't tell you about it today either.
Is it in Ireland?
No, it's a meeting with a potential house situation.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look. Good. Good. Oh, good. An 8th job. Good for you.
It is a job.
Luckily, real estate isn't stressful at all.
At all.
It's going to be
At
great.
all. Dave, the accountant, and I had a conversation.
Oh, okay.
About this potential job that I'm wanting to do. And he's so encouraging, right? But he goes with this one, Cece, he goes, I don't have time to do all of the work. And I go, this would be for me. I would do the work. And he was like, no. He's like, you're going to need me to call the bank. You're going to need me to work out the fine. And I was like, okay, fine. So I don't know.
No, she needs a project, and she needs a project bad.
What did I do yesterday? What did I come back? I went to a thrift store. Do you remember what I was telling you?
I want to reupholster this couch. I want to do this. I want to do that.
Yeah. Let me show you this couch.
She doesn't have anyone graduating. She doesn't have any more rooms to redo in her house. She's capped out.
See, here's the difference between her and I in this personality thing, right? She looks for a bunch more things to do to fill her time. I would say I'm going to take every second possible of nothing going on and soak it in.
My doctor talked to me about that yesterday, and I said, I don't understand the words you're saying.
Rest? What?
He's in your generation, my doctor.
Oh, good for him. We'll chill sometime.
He was like, you have to learn how to rest. And I said, when I rest, all my brain does is think about more things to produce.
And see, the more you produce, the more your brain will be that way. You have to train to do nothing. And it's awesome.
I don't understand.
That's also a guy thing.
To do nothing?
No. Have you seen it? No. Have you heard the explanation of the brain? How like guys can think about nothing, but girls can't think about nothing?
No.
Oh, I have heard about that.
Are you in premarital counseling?
No. Well, yeah, but we're not talking about that. I've known this for years.
Your premarital counseling is showing.
No, but like guys can like watch a sports game or something and
just think about
have
the game.
No thoughts.
What?
Yeah. Like blank brain. I was
like that.
What do you mean?
What
do you mean?
Don't look at me.
Blank
Ask Adam.
brain.
I can't do it.
What?
It's easy.
Is this
Ready?
true?
Ready? Thinking of nothing. I'll rest right here.
What?
It's awesome. Sometimes
Without falling asleep.
I can't read a book without falling asleep. If you want the truth.
Okay,
But,
here's the couch I want to reupholster.
That's big. That's
It is not that big.
That's a 3-seater, I would say, or 4-seater.
No, it's a 2-seater.
It's pretty.
It's pretty ugly. That's why I like it.
All right, that's what I was really thinking, but I was trying to be nice.
I know it's ugly. It's a project. It's where I take it off and I reupholster and put it back together. in all my free time.
So where would you put that couch?
Upstairs, in where these two ugly chairs I currently have are.
Which is funny because when I was house sitting last time, those two chairs by your front window,
Yeah.
my friends loved.
Do you want them? Can I sell them to you so I can buy this couch?
The problem is, like you, I have no room to put them. So
Or money because you only have 2 jobs.
soon to be 2.5. We're climbing that corporate ladder, baby. It's great as I think about nothing.
I can't believe that is possible. To look at a screen and think about nothing.
Well, I mean, there's still thoughts happening. You just have to tell them basically to shutty.
You talk to your thoughts? Did your therapist teach you that?
You just have to self-talk about your self-care.
Okay.
Which self-care is awesome.
Have you grown in the year you've been in therapy?
I have, because my therapy was more for how to respond to certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been huge.
Good.
So
Good.
I've never thought less in my life.
What does your therapist think of me?
If you want more of the Mom Millennial podcast, well, then subscribe. That way you'll get new episodes without having to do the work, and that's totally our jam.